Forget horsepower and torque. We're talking about everything from air cannons to jet engines. We all want to go faster, but why should you be limited to boring methods like lighter wheels, better brakes, or, worst of all, regular car maintenance? In today's video, we'll be exploring some of the strangest and most unconventional ways to make cars go really fast. You won't believe the innovative ideas people have devised to give their vehicles an extra boost. So buckle in and prepare to be amazed as we take you on a tour through the strange and beautiful world of fast automobile innovations. Let's start with the typical hot rod modification, the nitrous oxide system. Nitrous oxide, also known as NOS, is a chemical substance used as a car performance booster. When injected into the engine, it allows the vehicle to burn more fuel, resulting in a massive gain in power. Nitrous oxide systems have been around for decades and are a popular choice among automobile enthusiasts looking for a fast burst of speed in their cars. For many years, hot rodders and drag racers have preferred nitrous oxide to boost their speed since the initial cost is substantially lower and installation is much simpler than other methods. However, nitrous oxide isn't the only chemical humans have utilized to improve the performance of their vehicles. Some people have even attempted to boost the power of their engines by utilizing propane or methane. There's a reason nitrous is used on demand, since if you spray too much into the engine, it might blow up. Having said that, most production cars can easily handle a 25 to 50 horsepower boost from a short burst of nitrous. Also, nitrous oxide gives you the best bang for your buck, but remember that the fuel doesn't last forever, so you'll have to refill. While these fuels can be beneficial in tiny quantities, they must be used with caution in a car. If the system is not configured correctly, it can lead to dangerous scenarios. No other method is more unconventional or even more impractical than air cannons. To use an air cannon to accelerate a car, a big air tank and a high-pressure air cannon are typically attached to the vehicle. When activated, the cannon fires a blast of compressed air, providing a short boost in power. In motorsports, air cannons are frequently used to help launch a car off the starting line by producing a blast of compressed air that propels the car forward. Many teams have used air cannons to improve their launches in the past. The air cannon is installed on the vehicle and is activated when the starting light turns green. This produces a burst of compressed air that propels the car forward, providing an advantage off the line. It's worth mentioning that the use of air cannons for starting launches is currently banned in the drag racing world, due to safety concerns that they could result in a blowout effect, as well as the high equipment cost. Air cannons are dangerous, so they should only be used by professionals in a highly controlled environment. But even they are not as dangerous or wild as using rocket boosters like what you've seen in the movies. But more on that shortly, so stick around. You don't want to miss it. Another way to give your car an extra push is a supercharger. Stanley Hooker, who oversaw the development of superchargers at Rolls-Royce, emphasized that considering engine size alone is disingenuous when it comes to power, and we agree. That's as ridiculous as a camera enthusiast who only looks at the number of megapixels and ignores all the other factors that lead to great photographs. A supercharger is a type of air compressor used to enhance the airflow into an engine. By pumping more air into the engine, you can generate a denser air-fuel mixture, resulting in substantial power gains. Turbochargers work similarly and are air pumps as well. Turbochargers boost the power of a piston engine by forcing more air into its cylinders than atmospheric pressure alone can. The advantages of turbochargers over superchargers include less weight, smaller size, and greater fuel mileage under normal driving conditions. The downsides of turbos include a delay in power delivery between when the driver steps on the gas. Even at low engine speeds, superchargers provide instant power availability. On the other hand, superchargers are heavier, and because they pump air even when you don't need extra power, they have lower fuel economy and increased engine wear compared to turbos. Superchargers and turbochargers are popular options among automobile enthusiasts, and they're frequently utilized in conjunction with other performance upgrades such as larger nitrous injectors. But before you get too excited, remember that adding a supercharger or turbocharger is not a cheap or easy upgrade. However, the extra work pays off in the end and can provide massive levels of power. Just make sure the rest of the engine and the transmission are up to the task. Car engines are cool and all, but jet engines take everything to a new level. The next method is not for any old street car. When ordinary engines don't cut it, you may need a jet engine to go crazy fast. Jet engines can be used by strapping them to cars, though this is easier said than done. A jet engine uses jet fuel to produce thrust and can be mounted on a car in place of a traditional internal combustion engine to provide a significant increase in power. The transformations when done, though, are insane. Jet engines have been used to make several kinds of cars faster. These include school buses, vans, trucks, street-legal Beetles, and even Toyotas. The fastest car in the world from 1983 to 1997 was the Thrust 2 jet car, a 634-mile-per-hour beast designed by John Ackroyd. Richard Noble waved the British flag in 1983 when he set a speed record of 633 miles per hour in the Thrust 2 in the Black Rock Desert, Nevada. Just as mind-blowing is the fact that the project began with a budget of only 175 pounds. The Thrust 2 jet car's record was broken in September 1997 by another jet car, the Thrust SSC. The Thrust SSC currently holds the world land speed record, which was established on October 15, 1997, with a speed of 763 miles per hour. RAF fighter pilot Squadron Leader Andy Green was behind the wheel of the Thrust SSC in Gerlach, Nevada's Black Rock Desert. Though Richard Noble did not drive this time, he designed it along with Jeremy Bliss, Ron Ayers, and Glenn Bowser. Jet engines are not limited to world records and can still be used today, even to make everyday cars faster than ever before. However, jet engines are complex and require specialized knowledge and expertise to maintain and operate safely. To round off the pack, next, we have rocket boosters, highly unconventional and experimental, but uber fast. They work by taking a standard car body with wheels and attach the rocket booster to it, turning the standard car into a rocket on land. A rocket on the back of the car dramatically increases driving force. Max Valier, an Austrian rocket pioneer, created the first rocket car. Valier began the Spaceflight Society in the 1920s and later collaborated with vehicle designer Fritz von Opel of Opel Cars. Their collaboration resulted in the creation of Opel Rock 1. Valier and Opel worked on a series of follow-ups after the Opel Rock 1 reached 47 miles per hour or 75 kilometers per hour. Frederick Sonder, another pioneer, assisted them. Valier died later when some of his experimental alcohol-based rockets exploded, while Sonder contributed to the development of military rockets. Later, Arthur Rudolph, Valier's protege, developed a safer version of the rockets that killed Valier in 1930 and eventually worked for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration's, or NASA, space program. These developments helped the world catch rocket speed fever and led to the creation of dragster speed events and campaigns to break land speed records. Kitty O'Neill, who established the fastest quarter-mile time in 1977, only 3.22 seconds, was also caught up in a speed fever. Her rocket car, propelled by hydrogen peroxide, reached a top speed of over 412 miles per hour or 663 kilometers per hour. Another defining rocket car event happened on December 17, 1979, when the Budweiser rocket car driven by Stan Barrett and designed and built by William Frederick became the first car to break the speed of sound. There's no doubt that these boosters are impressive, but they decrease driving ability and weaken braking power. As a result, you should not try this at home. Rocket cars are complex, pricey, and require specialized knowledge and expertise to maintain and operate safely. Even so, there have been countless accidents involving these vehicles, and they need enormous areas of flat land to be used. Though the development of safer and more efficient jet engines caused the allure of rocket cars to fade, they are very different machines. A rocket-powered car makes use of both fuel and an oxidizer. This means it doesn't need an inlet or a compressor, saving significant car weight. The disadvantage is that rockets have a shorter operational life before running out of fuel. Despite this, rocket cars accelerate much faster than jet engines. Rocket cars are fast, but very hard to control. Lucky for us, F1 cars exist. Check out these ultra-fast F1 cars and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our latest videos. We'll see you there.